Hello from Epcot. So what I'm doing today in Epcot is I'm continuing a challenge that I absolutely love to do, where I let a random toy determine my day in a theme park, and today I am letting a mini pool table decide what I do at Epcot. So this is my miniature pool table. It comes with 2 pool cues, legs for the table itself. It comes with a racking triangle, 16 balls, and how this is going to work is I have some colored markers here that are going to be attributed to one of these colors of balls. I'm going to write a number on these balls, and then I'm going to use this little memo pad to write different activities that I could see myself doing in the next few hours before the park closes at Epcot, and that's how I'm going to determine my evening at the park. So once again, I spent significantly more time setting this challenge up than I will actually have time to do the challenge in Epcot today, but I wanted to make sure that I did this right. So these balls are going to be randomized a little bit more, but they each have a number on them. It's a little bit faint to see, but over here on my notepad, I have the colors and then the numbers, and then the next page is what each of these colors and numbers are associated with. So red is least favorite, blue is favorite, green is nearest, and yellow is farthest. And then the number 1 is ride, number 2 is food, number 3 is drink, number 4 is show, and number 5 is character. So I'm going to randomize these balls. I'm going to play pool, essentially, and then whatever number I hit in and whatever color, I'm going to defer to my little book here and then decide what I'm doing based on where I am in Epcot. So I had to put this on the ground because stabilization of the pool table has been sort of a problem, as well as the wind, and then all of the color is smudging off of the balls, so I had to rewrite the numbers. So I would like to go ahead and start this challenge because it's been about 45 minutes that I've been trying to set this up. I'm going to very, very gently try to pick this up. Okay. It's going to be pretty impossible to just have it be absolutely perfect, but I'm going to go ahead and shoot my first pool ball. Whatever goes in first, that is what I'm doing if my cue will stop moving. Okay, this blue one went in first, I'm pretty sure. This is blue 3. Okay, so that's this one right here. So blue is my favorites, and then the number 3 is drink. What is my, I didn't even show that to the camera at all. So blue favorites, there you go, and then drink. So I'm going to try to find my favorite drink. Honestly, after taking like an hour to set that up, I could definitely use a drink right now, but as far as my favorite, I don't know. I think that I've got to head into the World Showcase because it would definitely be somewhere in the World Showcase. I guess then I'm at least glad that I didn't get my least favorite drink because I wouldn't even know what to do with that. There's like no line at all for Spaceship Earth right now. That's pretty cool. So how I categorized this challenge too was a bit of a complicated feat to try to accomplish, because even saying my favorite drink, really, I just mean like a drink that I really like, so I could either go to the UK or Mexico or over to Japan, maybe. Just drinks that I've just enjoyed coming to Epcot multiple times. Definitely gotten margaritas frequently, but I don't necessarily love margaritas. I get the car bombs in UK a lot, but then I also really enjoy the plum wine that's over in Japan, but that is all the way across the World Showcase. Well, that's the point of this, right? It doesn't have to be the closest thing. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll head over to Japan. I think I'm gonna get my plum wine. It's one of my favorite drinks that I get whenever I can. I wanna try to remember to come back over here at the end of the night because they have been testing the lights over here on the Communicore Hall building, so that would be neat to see at night. They're also doing a show over here that's concluded, I'm sure, by now, but like a cool like acrobatics show. They might have concluded by now, but I want to try to see if I could take a friendship boat over to the other side of the lagoon. Also, the last time that I was here, this was blocked, this pathway over here, but it is opened up. I feel like the boats have just stopped running for the day because of the fireworks, probably, but I'll go find out. This is down by the water, and those are all the mechanical assets for Luminous and the pyrotechnics. I do see a friendship boat over here in Morocco. We'll see. Oh, but you look at that. The last boat departs at 7:15 p.m. and it's about 7:20 p.m. right now. It doesn't take long to walk over there, but that would have been nice. I'm convinced that I'm going to like do this video and then think later on about a drink that I actually really like more than this plum wine, which I just thought about it, and what beer have I gotten more often in the past 10 plus years that I've been able to drink than the grapefruit Hefeweizen Schafferhofer over in Germany. That is legitimately one of the first beers I ever remember actually drinking over here, the grapefruit Hefeweizen, and I like it a lot. It is absolutely one of my favorite beers to get. So back where I just was, there's the boat launch over there, and I'm heading over to Germany. I am really glad that I thought about it because that would have bothered me so much if I hadn't gotten this specific beer at Epcot. I need to try to remember to come back to the topiary back there, the one that has like the projection mapping on it. I don't not like margaritas, by the way. It's just something that I get when I'm just like really in the mood for it specifically. I know that Brennan would have probably chosen the Leaping Leprechaun over in the UK. That's like the beer here in Norway. There's like a mixed drink over like in the American Adventure Pavilion. See if this video can't just be me changing my mind over and over again about what drink to get. At this rate though, I might only have a minimal amount of time to do just a few things at Epcot tonight, which was also sort of admittedly the point. I really wanted to travel with this challenge, but here I am, finally, to get my favorite beer in Epcot. And there it is, my Schafferhofer Grapefruit Hefeweizen, my favorite beer in Epcot that I've gotten just as long as I can remember. And it's just so refreshing. I don't like grapefruit, which is weird because this is like one of my favorite beers ever. So this is sort of a problem that I've been encountering. So the surface of where I decided to try to do my pool table challenge, if it's just barely uneven, something like this will happen. Or they just all roll away, and that's not going to work, so I'm going to try to find a different place to do this, I guess. I would have thought that a table would have been level, but apparently not. So I found a spot way over here. I was sitting at the table, and I am just doing this on the curb right here, and I would really like for this to stay in place so I can do my next challenge. Okay, so I'm going to switch this around. The balls are completely random. I just want to make sure that I can actually do this. God, this has been a challenge, like a sincere challenge. Okay, well, that's just not gonna happen, but I'm going to at least try to put this here, and if it doesn't roll, whatever ball I get in first, right? That's pretty much what I gotta do. That was terrible. Okay, I'm just gonna... This is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. Okay, this one got it first, right? I think so. Gotta check the replay. Number 2. So green, number 2. I can use this to make sure that I don't forget what I've done. So green is the nearest, and then number 2 is food, the nearest food. So yeah, that was green number 2. Green is nearest. It's probably blurry right now. And then food. Okay, I can do that. So I guess instead of deciding my day at Epcot, this challenge is just going to decide my day at the Germany Pavilion. So never mind, because this location is closed. So it's after 8 o'clock right now, which is when I'm presuming that this closed. There's Beer Garden right there, but I'm not going to pay to go to Beer Garden. I'm also not considering the food booths for this, so I think my next choice is going to be Regal Eagle. If that window was open back there, that would have been phenomenal, but I just put an AM order, which is a bummer because I have never gotten pizza from the Napoli or the quick service window, like ever, and I am pretty bummed out by it. Probably by the time that I come back outside, the sun will have set. I don't know how many more of the challenge options I'm going to be able to have time for because the fireworks are in like less than an hour. So what I ended up getting is the North Carolina chopped smoked pork butt platter, and I got the mac and cheese on the side, and then I got every single one of the dipping sauces here, multiple different of each one. So they have a classic smokehouse sauce, a savory spice sauce, and then a vinegar base sauce. So I'm just going to go ahead and enjoy this, and then maybe try to do one more activity with my challenge tonight. Okay, so my butt was delicious. I was sitting over there, but I want to try to find a little bit more of a secluded place to do this because I'm a little bit embarrassed by it. All right, so complete transparency. I have rewritten the numbers on here multiple times. Every time I lift this up, the balls go all over the place. So the black ball went in the corner over there, but to be honest, I didn't really have a plan with what I was going to do with the black ball anyway, so I don't really care. I thought I was going to do something really, because in pool, when you hit the black ball and the 8 ball, then you lose, but I don't really care at this point. I'm just going to hit this and see what happens. Okay, yellow ball went in, and can I read what it says? This is yellow number 1. Okay, so I have this right here, circling yellow number 1, which you can't see, so yellow is the farthest, of course, ride. The farthest ride is what I'm doing. Can you see that? So yellow right here. Oh, I'm hitting the camera. Yellow is farthest, and then 1 is ride. So that was farthest ride. I'm in the American Adventure Pavilion, so the farthest ride away from me would be Spaceship Earth. The problem is the park closes in about 5 minutes, so I might have to make some sort of a compromise here, which I sort of anticipate what I think I'm going to do. And that compromise is that I'm going to go to the ride that's the farthest away from me that I can legitimately get to in time, which is going to be Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Right now I have 3 minutes to make it back to the ride entrance, which should be enough time. And I just turned the corner with 2 minutes to spare to get in line for Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. I'm going to do it, I'm going to make it. I have 1 minute left, and it's a 30-minute wait. I just did a last call for Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, and look at that, less than a minute left before the ride closes. This was stressful. I had some thoughts about this challenge, and not a lot of them are positive thoughts about what I decided to do with this and how this night turned out. Okay, this is where the line stops, pretty much in here. That's the window out to the lightning lane outside. Okay, I made it. The park is closed. This is one of the more just fast and expedited and somewhat unsuccessful nights that I've had in a while. Okay, so I made it to the load platform. That only took a few minutes. I went all the way down here to the end. I have my glasses here and the fireworks just started. I always film the same parts on this ride, pretty much because I just don't like to film 3D screens for no reason. I like the practical sets just a lot, so I end up filming that pretty much every single time. So the goal would be to try to get off of this before the fireworks conclude. Look at this little dance all these mice are doing. It's a pretty cool system, that's for sure. I just wish like the actual ride itself was like a little bit more exciting and interesting. Okay, I'll see you in the kitchen.
Chef Abby is waiting for you. This way.
That kind of worked.
Hey guys, the food is for them, not you.
It's cool being the final car. You can see a lot more of the details in here than I am normally able to see. I don't know if the fireworks are still going off right now, but I guess I'll find out in just a minute. It's about 9:15, I think. So fireworks are still happening. Right now they're happening. Back up here. I don't know how long Luminous is. I guess this is where I'm watching the finale from. This is cool. The Eiffel Tower is lighting up. Up here, do you see that? So this might be the finale. In just a minute. The show is supposed to be like 17 minutes long. I'm going to guess that was the finale. Okay, good. I was tempted. I was like, maybe I can run around the corner really quickly, and the Eiffel Tower just lit back up. Okay, I'm glad that I at least saw the conclusion of it over here by Remy's Ratatouille Venture, which is again closed, and not a lot of people are coming outside of it. So I think that is it. I think that I'm heading out of Epcot. Now the park is closed. So real talk though, my challenge tonight sucked. Usually I try to be optimistic about it, they're positive, and say that it gave me like a new experience to have, or let me do stuff that I normally wouldn't do, which is sort of true, but I'm not gonna even try to go that route tonight. Like, I appreciate that I can usually find something with a game, I can make something work with these challenges that I try to do with these toys that I get at the dollar store, but tonight I don't think that I pulled it off. Even with the time constraint, I just don't think that I really executed this one well. I really wanted it to work how I envisioned it to work, and you could see that there was just that thought that went into just how I anticipated this working, and then it just not working because it was a very cheap little toy. Right now the Imagination song is playing that Brendan and I actually really like a lot. I'm being a little bit self-deprecating about this challenge. I think that I'm just bothered that I don't know, I wanted it to be better than it was, and it's not like it didn't actually work because I still had a night at Epcot, just not the one that I wanted. It's weird to beat myself up over rules that I set for myself in these games and challenges that I do. I think I just have like high standards for the creative conception of some of these things, where I get excited. I'm like, this is absolutely, without a doubt, never been done before at Walt Disney World, this particular idea, which makes it very unique, and then when it doesn't end up being good, it's like, well, that's a bummer. But there's a big but here, and it's probably mine because of the mac and cheese that I had. It's always worth, right, just following through and just seeing where certain creative ideas end up, because I still had a night at Epcot, I still got to have a beer and some dinner, and I still got to go on a ride, and after working an incredibly long shift today, and then coming to Epcot just to have like a little bit of a reprieve just from the world with what Disney offers. Like, that was the point of that. I guess it's weird because a lot of the challenges that I do, if I had more time to do them, I generally think that they would have turned out better. but I think this is one that I don't think any more time would have made it any better. I would have done more stuff, but it wouldn't have made the challenge more successful. So if I had been able to take the friendship boat over, if I decided which beer that I wanted in the first place, if I had taken less than an hour to just set this game up and try to decide how I was even going to do this, I don't know if it really would have changed anything. I wanted to see the topiary over there that had projection mapping on it, but I think I'll just have to go back at some point, maybe with Brennan when we come back to the actual festival of the Flower and Garden. That's happening right now. So this is the pathway that opened up recently. That is Communicore Hall, which it doesn't look like it's illuminated right now. I like these colors though. This is really nice. So I'm sure whenever these lights start turning on more frequently, I don't know, this area should just be very beautiful at night and very just synergetic with the Spaceship Earth over here, which is what I was supposed to do technically with my ride. I actually take it back. It looks like the lights are on over here, but I don't know to what extent more than they are right now. They will be in like a couple months. So I'm taking it back again. So they're not really like illuminated, it's just this wall, like this internal wall. This is like the Mickey and Friends meet and greet area here, but none of the like triangles are actually like lit, but the inside of it is. Came over to the other side to see what it looks like. It's fun to sort of do just this specifically, just to see what it looks like now, and then fast forward a couple months just to see what it ends up being when it actually does open, when all the lights are on, and compare it to this specific moment in this video. I don't know, that's what's cool about the like construction progress of theme parks. And there's the center planter over there, and then this is like the rusty metal forest that had no purpose really until they started doing whatever show this is, this acrobatic show. So I want to go back and see that too. There's a lot that we need to see and catch up on just at Epcot. Specifically this though, definitely this, but we need to get some more food from the festival of Flowers and Gardens. Why can't I get it? The Flower and Garden Festival. Alright, so I'm making my way to the front of the park. The park closed about 45 minutes ago, I think, with the conclusion of the fireworks back at the France Pavilion, and just the amount of time that it's taken me to walk to the front of Epcot's. But I refuse to regret going to Disney World, even if it's for like a silly little challenge and for just a few hours. What does it say? Do not stand in front of the door. So I'm heading back to the parking lot now. That was my evening at Epcot as determined by a miniature pool table. Did it work at all? No, it sort of sucked a little bit. It's probably the worst like miniature toy / game challenge I think that I've probably ever done, for all of the reasons that I've been talking about since I made it back from the World Showcase up to this point. I don't know, sometimes you just need to try to see what ends up happening with a particular creative choice, and then if it doesn't work out, then you maneuver, you adapt, and you try to make something that's a little bit better maybe going forward. So I don't know, I like these challenges because they enable me to go to a theme park and have a different experience than I normally do, which is, it is what I had tonight. I did have a different experience, but I did get to have a beer. I did get to go to Regal Eagle, which I do enjoy Regal Eagle. It's a very delicious place to have dinner, and then I rode Ratatouille, even though I should have technically ridden this, and I should have also technically had food like in Germany when I got the beer, just due to the nature of the challenge that I made for myself, and then continued to change the rules to adapt to the situation in order to actually accomplish anything at the parks tonight. But I had a beer, I had some dinner, I rode a ride, I went to Disney World. Otherwise I just would have gone home and just been sad and bored on the couch. So hey, you know what? This is the point of the videos, is to go out and to do stuff. And if you watch this, thank you. It was fun, even if I was a little bit salty about it. So thanks for watching. I will see you soon. Have a great day, and goodbye.